This is the plaintiff, Ronald Hunt. He says he was behind the defendant driving, and the guy abruptly turned off the road into a parking field, gunned his Jeep, and gravel went flying into his car. His windshield got cracked. The cops came. The kid gave a fake phone number, and he just wants the $641.05 it's going to cost him for a new windshield. This is the defendant, Eric Steenbach. He says he pulled over to the side of the road to get something out of the back of his Jeep when he noticed the defendant had stopped behind him. The guy was ranting and raving about his windshield, claiming a rock flew into it. The plaintiff's car was all beat up. He has no idea if a rock hit his car or when, and he doesn't owe him anything. Now the louse is shooting his mouth off, telling everyone he broke his windshield. He's accused of letting it fly.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says he was behind the defendant's car when the defendant went off the road, then gunned it, and then gravel kicked up and damaged the plaintiff's car. But the defendant says the plaintiff was driving a beater, so what's the problem? It's a case of you got some big stones.
Ronald Hunt, you are suing Tariq Steenbach for $641.05 to replace your windshield that broke, according to you, because of his negligent driving. Tell me what happened.
Well, I was proceeding eastbound at first on Whiskey Road because an alarm bill from my alarm company came back. They didn't send us a forwarding address, so the check came back. So I was hand delivering it to their home a little further east on Whiskey Road. When I returned from there, I was behind Mr. Steenbach.
Okay.
And there's several parking areas that are in gravel. And he pulled off into the parking area violently, spinning his tires. He has a Jeep that's lifted, and it kicked gravel up and broke my windshield and scratched my paint. I'm not even suing for the paint damage, just for the windshield.
What do you do when that happens?
I pulled over. He was right in front of me. I pulled over.
Okay, I'm going to need you to draw for me how that happened, because I'm not understanding. So you guys are, do we have cars? Can I have 2 cars?
Okay.
Okay, so here's Whiskey Road, and then here are the sides of Whiskey Road.
All right. North, south, east, west. I was heading westbound. I was behind Mr. Steenbach. He made a northbound turn. He didn't put on a signal. He just turned north, and I wasn't tailgating him, but when he spun his tires, the gravel hit my windshield and broke it.
And then, so you pull in where? Let's just say this is his car and this is your car, and show me how the 2 cars pull in. Put that down.
Okay.
And then this is his car and this is your car.
Okay.
Hold this other car too, and show me how the 2 cars. What happened?
He turned like this.
Got it.
Spraying gravel on my windshield. When he pulled over there, I went right by, then I stopped, I backed up and pulled into the parking area.
Okay. So, what did he do wrong?
He spun his
Because he
tires
did not, I
intentionally.
guarantee to you, compact the sediment over a course of 1,000,000 years to create a rock.
No, but
I
he
know he
spun
didn't
his
do that.
tires intentionally.
When you say spin his tires intentionally,
He
turned.
gunned the accelerator, making the tires spin, and he has
You mean
a
for
lifted.
fun? I don't know what you mean.
why he did it, but he gunned it. He gunned the accelerator, spinning the tires, kicking gravel up, hitting my windshield.
Okay, where were you going?
I was pulling off the side of the road to check something in the back of my vehicle. I heard a noise.
Come to the board and show me with 2 markers how you say it happened. Yeah, now we got cars. Okay.
All right, this is the road, and right here is a little walking thing. You go off and it's filled with gravel. This is my vehicle, and it's his vehicle behind me. And I just pulled off to the side, and there's gravel here, and he pulled off behind me. And I went to get out my vehicle, and I noticed that the guy behind me stopped right here, and he approached my vehicle proclaiming that the rocks that spit up from my tire broke his windshield, and then we just waited
Were
for
you
the cops.
gunning your...
I just pulled off the side of the road. I mean, material may have flung up, but I'm not an expert.
What you say, oh, he gunned it. What evidence do you have that... I mean, the guy turned off and rock flew, which is the risk of being in public. He didn't make the rock.
No,
so
when
what...
he stepped on the accelerator excessively hard.
So if I'm driving a car and a rock kicks up and damages your car, am I responsible for paying for your windshield?
Yes, you do.
Really? Why?
Because you gotta not to drive so fast.
Well, no. I mean, I'm driving along, and I'm just driving along, and the rock hits your windshield.
You and the city.
Isn't that what street sweepers are for? To
clean up all the rocks.
Am I responsible?
I don't think so.
Am I responsible?
I don't think so. It's a genuine accident.
You would say an act of God?
Yes, I would say an act of God.
Act of Ford, going inside the courtroom.
If you're driving a car and a rock goes up, it is part of life. He's just driving. He's doing what he is allowed to do. There's nothing he did negligently. The only way you can get him to pay for your damage is if he did something negligently. So your answer is, well, he spun his tire. And so you're not making much. Yeah, I know he's 19. I know that.
I know,
You've
I
mentioned
was
that
19
100
once.
times. You're 19 and you people are all bad. I mean, I understand that 19-year-olds can be hot dogs, you know, but so can 50-year-olds. But tell me what the guy did other than turn off the road.
Now, he accelerated when he turned off the road.
I don't believe you. I think that he pulled off the road, and that action alone caused a rock to fly and to chip your windshield. I don't deny that that happened. But for him to be responsible, he has to have done something wrong.
As he turned right, he hit the accelerator, making the tires spin excessively, flinging gravel into my windshield.
Yeah.
When you're
You know what
slowing
he
down
did
to
do?
make a right
Stop talking, because you're not going to win this case. This is not something he did wrong. He pulled over on the side of the road. That's what he did. There is not a single thing you describe other than your conclusion. You keep concluding it. But pulling over on the side of the road is not illegal. This is part of the peril of having your car in public. That's it. It's not his fault. Verdict for the defendant.
Your Honor?
Well, the plaintiff's right here, understandably upset because you're just not able to prove your case. Prove it.
I feel I was railroaded. She did not let me speak to my satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. We heard you speaking.
Well, I didn't get to say what I wanted to the way I wanted to.
You had something to say at the end, at the very end. What was it you were going to say that was going to make the whole difference here?
He intentionally gunned his accelerator. When you're slowing down to make a right turn, he didn't even make a signal when he made his right turn.
All right.
Okay?
Okay. All right. Sir. All right, head around the corner there. And yeah. What do you have to add to this?
I think this was a pretty good experience for me. You know what I
Why
mean?
is that?
It's something new, you know what I mean? Something different.
What, getting sued? And him accusing you of doing damage to his car?
I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Harvey?
Okay, so here's the deal with this. To get money, you got to prove negligence. And the definition of that is that you had to do something that a reasonable person would not have done under the same or similar circumstances. In this case, I mean, what did the guy do wrong? The fact is, it just happens.